Welcome to the GPLama YouTube channel, and in this video I'm looking at some technology we first saw over at Eurobike 2022 by an Aussie company called Knog, and this is their bike tracker or bike alarm and finder. It's a Bluetooth compatible device that works with the Apple Find My network, just like an AirTag, but it's not an AirTag holder. This is its own technology. It works very similar to an AirTag when it comes to locating this device and how anybody with an iPhone or an iDevice contributes to locating these devices. But the kicker with this is that it has a few additional features, such as a perfectly annoying alarm that's motion activated. It's USB-C rechargeable, and it has its own app for some configuration options. Now, I've done a lot of videos on Apple AirTags and how they're very useful for tracking bikes and luggage. I'll put links in the video description below if you want to dig into all of that technology and how they work. But today's video is all about this little thing here. A quick unboxing, and in the box you'll get some screws that fall out. Now, these are security screws that aren't easy to get in or ideally easy to get out, so security screws if you choose to use those. It has a little yellow jacket and cover, which I don't think I'll ever use myself. It's a little bit too bright. Some additional washers or spacers if required. And in here somewhere is the tool for the secure screws. But the most important part of all of this is the unit itself. Coming in at 22 grams, weighs about twice as much as an AirTag that comes in at 11 grams. And as you can see, this thing mounts under a bottle cage on a bike. It could just as easily be thrown into a saddlebag, in a backpack, or even in your car. And that's where I've been testing it for the last few months, in the car. And that's worked perfectly fine. On the side is a USB-C rechargeable, which is sort of hard to get it out. So USB-C rechargeable on the side there. That's easily accessible when it's mounted on the bike. And a little function button to arm or disarm the alarm. You'll hear that kick in right about now, or if I need to disarm this before it goes off, that's as easy as that. Other technical specifications on this, as I said, 22 grams in weight. USB-C rechargeable, battery life, you get around 6 months, but I guess that depends on how often that alarm is going off. That's going to take a bit of battery. The alarm is around 85 decibels claimed, and I believe it chirps for around 40 seconds and annoys everybody. I've turned it off before I get to 40 seconds, so I'm not going to be able to verify that. As I said, the button on the side gives it the ability to arm and disarm, but only if you're in range with the app, meaning that not everybody can just arm and disarm it if the alarm goes off. Supplied security screws, but what it doesn't come with is a USB-C recharge cable. However, they're quite common these days. Price-wise, looking at Aussie dollars, around $95, and in the US, looking at around $60. Now, a few things of note with this that does differ to the AirTag. There is no Ultra Wideband on this. So if you're trying to do some precision finding, which I've done in my other videos where it tells you, 6 meters, 5 meters, 4 meters, this direction, bang, there's your luggage. Thanks, Swissport, I'll find my own bag. It doesn't have the ability to do that with these because there's no ultra wideband, but it's not as if you're going to be losing your bike behind a couch. Bikes are quite big. It also doesn't have any NFC, so if you put this in lost mode, no one's going to be able to come up with a phone and put their device near it and it'll pop up with some information like it can with AirTag. So 2 things to be aware of: no ultra wideband and no NFC scanning. Everything else in regards to the detection with Bluetooth devices and compatibility with the Find My network remains the same. Okay, out here for a field test in the beautiful Aussie summer sun, which has finally arrived. What I have is the Knog SCOUT installed under here, drink bottle on top. I have the app loaded, I am Bluetooth paired, so to arm this, or arm the alarm, I can simply go like that on the phone, or I can use the button on the side to arm or disarm, and arm. That's as easy as you go for getting that done. And there's a warning. If I shake the bike, I get a warning, but if I was to take it and run, whee! There's the alarm. So I'm getting the alarm on the phone, and that's making a noise as well. We can turn the alarm off. Silent mode is an interesting one. We'll arm it. That becomes silent. This becomes annoying. Wait for it. The alarm straight away on here takes off and does its thing. Whee, stop, disarmed. Okay, we'll leave that one on. So that's arming and disarming. Let's just say you forget to arm your bike at the cafe. You're sitting there having your coffee. It's like, oh, I should arm that. Done. You can arm it remotely as long as you're within Bluetooth range. All good to go. Other configuration options we have, pull those up on screen. You can have mute the alarm on the phone, alarm speaker, headphone, alarms, but there's also a ton of options here. Movement sensitivity, Allow disarm without phone. Why you'd want to do that, I don't know. Flash LEDs on there with alarm, tones, volumes, update firmware. It's on the latest, so it's all good to go. So quite a few different options there, and that's an extension to all of the other features that it has, being on the Apple Find My network. Speaking of the Apple Find My network, let's pull that up and jump cut to where I am. Here we go. We have the Aspero gravel bike, because I have the AirTag under here already. And we have the Lama Scout, which is also with me. So they both come up exactly the same. So AirTag versus Knog SCOUT, exactly the same. If I click on this, we get a battery level, location, directions to get there, notifications, play a sound to locate the device if I can't see the bike. Similar to the AirTag sound, which is a bit of a tinkle there in the background. But as you see there, it operates on the Find My network exactly the same as I zoom in and not show my home, which is only 500 meters away. All right, we're on the baseball field. Not quite sure how our distance testing is going to go, but I have both on here. So we'll try and walk away and see how far away we can arm and disarm this thing, and maybe still locate the AirTag. We'll put them head to head. Okay, the standard walk away test from the bike. Now I'll give it probably 10 meters before we even pull out the app and have a look at to see if it's working or not. We shouldn't have any problems whatsoever with Bluetooth from this distance. Locating this device. We'll use the actual app to arm and disarm. That's working. Cool. A little further. Yep, still going. I can still hear it. It's not bad. Perfect conditions though, I've got to say. It's line of sight, no interference. Still going. Not bad. Now if I pull out the other app and go to my gravel bike, find nearby, gravel bike far. Okay, so this is the, it's a spider web. The haven't got the precision finding happening with the AirTag. That's interesting. It knows it's around. Can I play the AirTag sound? Ooh. The Scout. Way. That's having no problems playing it from that far away. I'd say estimated 20, 30, let's go 30 meters. That's not bad. Sparrow gravel bike. Now that is playing. I have to refer the referee on this one. Actually, I think it's going to be line ball. Unfortunately, baseball's not here, so I can't recruit anybody from the baseball field. Look, distance-wise, I'd love to make it fail. Find nearby. Well, 38 meters. I'm a little further than I thought. 38 meters. Okay, let's go a little further. A little further. A little further. Okay, we've sort of lost it. 38 meters still. It's a bit. Or gravel bike, searching for something. Okay, 38 meters for that in today's conditions with the AirTag under the seat. This is the AirTag, not the Knog device. Let's switching back to that device though. That's still playing. That's pretty good. That sounds like an old Ford of some type too in the background. And we are out. I'd give that about 45 meters. Not bad. Sound pending. Yeah, okay, cool. So, look, distance-wise, I didn't give that much hope in beating an AirTag. That's done pretty well. All right, so there we go. Arming and disarming. Shaking the bike. What else have we done? Distance test. It's all looking pretty good. But wait, there was one test I forgot. What about the alarm and how loud is that? When we arm it, shake the bike and step out that way. Let's have a look. All right, bike is alarmed. I haven't got my phone with me either. It's enough to be annoying. I can still hear it from here. It really will depend on where the speaker is mounted, how close it is to the frame, what kind of frame you have. It's not too bad. It is pretty annoying. So that was the field test of this device and how it works outdoors in the real world, so to speak. Now, when it comes to anti-stalking, everything remains the same as it does with the Apple AirTags. If this device isn't within Bluetooth connectivity of its owner and starts moving with somebody else who has an iDevice, and they then return to a place they frequent or a location they frequent, such as home or work, they will get a notification that something is tracking them, and they will get a history line of where the device was tracking them. Does it mean if a thief takes your bike with one of these on it and they have an iPhone, they'll be alerted right away? No, it doesn't happen like that. That's not how the anti-stalking feature works on AirTags. So overall, my take on this, well, it doesn't replace a bike lock, obviously, but similar to AirTags, it's going to give you some more information about knowing where your misplaced bike may be. Now, I say misplaced because lost or stolen, it doesn't really matter how your device became misplaced or who misplaced it for you. What you want to know is where it is, and this device is going to be able to help with that, just as AirTags do. Now online there are a few reviews of this with an older firmware, 1.12, and people are reporting that arming and disarming was a little troublesome. So I'd highly recommend updating to 1.13 or newer if you are looking at buying one of these or have purchased one recently. I believe that does resolve some of the issues that have been reported early on. So Knog SCOUT versus Apple AirTag. Which one should you go? Which one's the best? Well, it really does depend. Looking at the pricing, the $29 Apple AirTag, give or take, plus a few dollars for a 3D printed bike mount, comes in about half the price as this device here. This also has NFC scanning. If you mark it in lost mode, people can scan it and get the thing back to you or whatever it's attached to. And it also has Ultra Wideband. Battery life on this lasts about 12 to 18 months versus 6 months on here. So it's all weighing towards this side now. However, it's the bike alarm and motion sensor that sets this apart. If you're parking your bike out the front of a cafe, anywhere out of sight, maybe even in your own garage, and you want to alarm it and be alarmed when it moves, if you're in Bluetooth range, then this is definitely the way to go. So there we have it. We'll leave it there for today. The Knog SCOUT versus the Apple AirTag. I'll be using pretty much both of these. They're a very, very cheap way of giving you more information, possibly when somebody else or even yourself misplaces your items. And with that, thanks for watching. As always, give this a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video or found it informative. Hit subscribe to support this channel and be alerted of new videos, and we shall see you soon.